It is a glorious day in the United States. Tomorrow, if the earth shall last, there's going to be a major political battle in the United States. And it is my hope and prayer that tomorrow evening this time, we shall celebrate by drinking orange juice. I think it's going to be powerful. And today, I predict that Donald Trump shall become the next president of the United States of America. And I call on Bahamians everywhere to unite in prayer, because this election is the mother of all election. Let us not forget, it's Trump, Trump, Trump. It's fight, fight, fight. Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome once again to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Moncur. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Monday, the 4th of November, 2024. Tomorrow is Tuesday, the 5th of November, 2024. And for those of us who live and are healthy, tomorrow is Deliverance Day. And I expect in the United States, if there's no hanky-panky, Donald Trump shall become the president of the United States of America. So it's powerful. Well, folks, over the weekend, we had a murder. It's now 104 murders. A 31-year-old Negro man by the name of Lloyd Johnson was executed when men believed to be a part of 178 murdered or murderers, alleged murderers on bail, killed him. And of course, the police is working hard, but I expect that they shall soon close this case. I call on the courts to revoke all bails because the murderers are committing more murders. I'll talk about it because it's only me to talk about it. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Be right back to talk about it and to talk about the FNM and domestic violence. It's powerful. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. In the United States, this is the eve of perhaps one of the greatest presidential campaign and election that many of us will see in our lifetime. Tomorrow, all over the United States, millions of Americans shall go to the poll, and it is expected to be peaceful, orderly, and law-abidingly. There they will cast their vote for either the current Vice President, Mrs. Kamala Harris, or the former President, Donald Trump. We are told that approximately 81 million American citizens to date has already cast their ballot. So this is a very powerful election. In the midst of the campaign, Donald Trump has won the new woman president of Mexico, a lady by the name of Claudia Sheinbaum. He told Mrs. Sheinbaum that when he is elected, if Mexico does not stop exporting criminals and drugs into the United States, on day one, he shall impose upon Mexico a 25% tariff. So this is a major warning. Mexico got away because Mexico was supposed to build the wall. But somehow Mexico got away and they didn't build the wall. Well, Donald Trump, he has promised that tomorrow evening, this time, as soon as he's declared the winner, he shall immediately impose a 25% tariff hike on Mexico if they do not, one, stop exporting criminals, crazy people, and drugs into the United States. So it's a wonderful campaign that is taking place. I've been able to confirm that the United States has its armed forces on alert. So the national security of America is intact. The armed forces are on alert, and everybody appears to be acting lawfully. So it's a wonderful day in the United States. The Americans are having fun. It's a wonderful campaign. And of course, there are lots of foreign influences taking place. We know, according to the FBI, that China is attempting to influence the election. The FBI says Russia and also Iran. But you all be stupid and then don't try to influence it, because we can't take any chance with Russia, China, and Iran, because I don't know who they will have the Americans elect. So I'm not taking any chances. So I say all of us better try and influence this election. So once again, I call on the Negro people. I call on black people. I call on people of African ancestry. Reject racism. We're not playing racism. We're not playing color. We're not playing woman. See, we're not playing woman. All right? This is no beauty contest. Because watch what is happening. Donald Trump has already warned the newly elected and sworn in woman president of Mexico that if she doesn't stop all them gangsters from coming over that wall, what he's going to do with her. So you see why we need a man? Because the last time Mexico had a man president, and Donald Trump said that Mexico was going to have to pay for the wall, what did that Mexican president do? He cursed. He said Mexico was in the, and he cursed. All right, but now we got a woman. So this is no time to play woman politics. All right? I believe a woman will be president of the United States one day, but it can't be tomorrow. We need a man. All right? And that has nothing to do with being anti-woman, because we're not anti-woman. We're going to protect the woman. I believe in what Donald Trump says, that we're going to protect the woman there. And I call on the Africans, okay? Let's get Donald elected. He's He's going to make America great. America is no longer great. We need America to be great, and America is no longer free. I believe we need Donald Freedom. It's powerful, okay? So put aside racism. We're not playing color, okay? We're not playing color. We're not playing woman. It's Donald Trump. It's powerful. But Bradley, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Senator.
Do you have on the full armor of the Lord?
That we may be able to withstand the fiery darts. But Senator,
yes.
What's with this dark clothing both you and I are wearing today? How ironic, eh?
Well,
you think we're burying somebody, maybe?
Well, if we're gonna bury anybody,
no, let's forget that. I was only joking.
Okay.
Let's forget that.
Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
But yeah, okay. So Sandra, thank you so much. Good to be here. Another week, thank God. So we're gonna continue our talks on understanding that there is a particular very, very dangerous religious denomination in the Bahamas that is telling folks that Jesus Christ did not die for everyone. They said Jesus Christ only died for a select few. I'm really taking my time to expose this group because I think this is very important. This is how people are led astray into error when you don't search the Bible carefully. All right, so this religious group is in the Chesapeake Road area, headed by a very good friend of mine's. I'm going to keep his name private for the time being, but they're telling people they have resurrected a man by the name of John Calvin. They have resurrected John Calvin's doctrine on limited atonement, which means that when Jesus Christ died, he just atoned for a certain group of people and not everyone. His blood was not shed for all. It was shed for the elect few. All right, so follow me. Last week, I gave you a couple of scriptures. I hope that you'd have written them down and go over them in your spare time, or when you go to your various Bible studies, ask your preacher about these scriptures because this group is moving forward with this false teaching. So here's another scripture today, 1 Timothy chapter 2, 1-7. Listen very carefully now. They're saying that Jesus Christ did not die for all men. He died for a select few. So let's see what this passage says today. Here's what it says. I exhort, therefore, that first of all, supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men. And that would include Donald Trump. It says giving of thanks. It says supplication, prayers, intercession, and giving of thanks be made for all men, for kings, and for all that are in authority, that they may lead a quiet and peaceful life in all godliness and honesty. For this is good and acceptable in the sight of God our Savior. Watch this now. Who will have all men to be saved and to come to the knowledge of the truth. For there is one God, and one mediator between God and men, the man Christ Jesus, verse number 6, who gave himself a ransom for all, to be testified in due time. Verse number 6 says, Jesus Christ gave himself a ransom for all, not for some, for all, to be testified in due time. Whereunto, this is Paul, I am ordained a preacher and an apostle. I speak the truth in Christ, and lie not, a teacher of the Gentiles in faith and verity. Verse number 6 is very important. Jesus Christ gave himself a ransom for all. Some translation says all men, to be testified in due time. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses 1-7. I read from the King James Version today. May the word of God forever and ever be blessed. Thank you so much, producer. And of course, back to you, Senator.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Absolutely.
Well, folks, we have had a murder yesterday. It is the 104th murder. The suspects are believed to be a part of the 178 murderers who are on bail. They are believed to be men who do not believe in the rule of law, who do not believe in the administration of justice, who do not believe in a decision of a judge, a juror, the presentation of evidence by the prosecution, and the role that a defense attorney play as the judiciary attempts to weigh the evidence and determine who is innocent or guilty. So we had a 31-year-old Negro man by the name of Lloyd Johnson, who lives in the Carmichael Road community. He unfortunately has been killed, and the authorities believe that there were many actors involved in his murder. I'm satisfied that the police is closing in on the suspects, and in due time we should soon hear an announcement that men are in custody for the 104th murder. Lloyd Johnson's life could have been saved had we not introduced a policy where men who are charged with murder are granted bail, and we connect them to ankle bracelet. Lloyd Johnson's life, I submit, could have been saved if we could get our people to restore confidence in the administration of justice. I'll give you an example right now to show you how dangerous it is when those of us in authority will not respect the judiciary. My party, the Free National Movement, has issued one of the most dangerous statements. They disguise it as they standing with victim of crime, victim of sexual assault. I'll give you an example of it so that you can see that as an FNM, I want to have a talk with a man that I took into the forest, Michael Pentard. I want to talk to a man that I took home as a young man. I want to talk to a man who knows that I know who one of his first girlfriend was. I want to talk to a man about domestic violence and the protection of the rights of the woman there. So I want you to listen to this so that you can see how dangerous the FNM is and why there are retaliatory killings in this country. I'm going to show it to you right now. The Free National Movement said yesterday that it stands with the victims of domestic violence and promised to work alongside victims for a safer Bahamas. The statement came in the wake of the acquittal of North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish, who was accused of raping, assaulting, and threatening to kill his former girlfriend. He denied the charges. The FNM said, "The court has spoken and we respect the rule of law." Listen to that, what they say. As we move forward, mind you, they say they respect the rule of law. Our thoughts are with all victims of domestic violence. Although the defendant was found not guilty, this does not diminish the bravery of all survivors who step forward to share their stories and demand accountability. Coming forward can be a painful and difficult process, and we recognize that our justice system does not always provide the resolution survivors deserve. Now, in the case of North Aberco Member of Parliament Kirk Cornish, his old sweetheart has made serious allegation against him. But as the police proceeded to investigate, the women's branch of the FNM were incited to interfere with the police investigation and to bring political pressure. So they did. So what happened? The police conducted an investigation and they took the results of the investigation to the Director of Public Prosecution, who has a boy name, but is in fact a woman, because that name is what they call unisex or unisexual. Boys and girls can have that name. So a woman prosecutor brought the charges and took Cornish before a woman judge, an 8-woman jury, and 1 man. Then the accused, a woman, was permitted to present her evidence. Having given her evidence, she was then cross-examined by a woman defense lawyer. And at the end of the day, her uncle's a man, was called to testify, and he spoke eloquently of the character of Kirk Cornish. At the end of the trial, the juror were asked, who do you believe? The juror of 8 Negro women, 8 women who specialize in the slickness and the skullduggery and the dishonesty of many women in this society. Women who are unfaithful, women who bring the wrong baby home, women who are like some men who are scheming. And they know the trick of women, and they listen to the evidence and they reject it. But the FNM say that many times the court can't bring the right thing. So the question then is, when the court doesn't give you the justice, what do? You get a gun and you kill? It's dangerous what the FNM is doing. It must be condemned, and I'm about to do it when I return. This is Freedom March. God save those who are guilty of domestic violence. God save the man, God save the woman. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Over the weekend, 31-year-old Lloyd Johnson was killed. It is believed that his murderers are a part of 178 murderers who are on bail. The administration of justice is being compromised. I will show it to you on a statement issued by my party, the Free National Movement, who has said that many decisions of the courts may not be pleasing. And therefore, what are they inviting members of the public to do if we go to court and the court say free? So you don't like what the court say? That is what you're going to do? The acronym doesn't deserve political power. Pay bills, my spiritual advisor, so that I may return.
Absolutely. Abaco, it's been 5 long years in Bahamas. Are you ready? In celebration of the 5 years that we have strived and thrived since Dorian, Royalty Sounds proudly presents Reggae in Paradise, the return of Chalupa City, featuring Mr. Singy Singy, Tyrus Riley, and friends. It's all going down at the Royal Recreation Grounds, Thanksgiving weekend, November 30th. Gates open at 8 p.m. Entertainment by DJ KC242, DJ Monk, DJ Hype, DJ Unruly, Jiggy Fire, Pressure, and the Mighty Pencil. Early bird tickets available until November 4th. VIP, $75. Platinum, $150. Regular tickets, VIP, $100, and Platinum, $175. Tables and skyboxes are available. Tickets available at KNS Auto and G&G Ferries in Marsh Harbor. Or you can call 367-2655. For online tickets, go to Instagram, sounds.royalty for more information. Multi-Discount is a store located on Montreal Avenue, offering a wide range of home goods and appliances at affordable prices. They cater to various styles from simple to sophisticated, making them a great option for new and old parents or anyone who's just looking to freshen up their home. Everybody needs money always, so send money locally and internationally through Western Union. With Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life. Back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. This morning, at Bahama, a Negro woman who it is reported is an employee. It is reported that she was stabbed perhaps multiple times at the world-famous Bahama. Once again, what is going on in our society that a man can think that he can go on his girlfriend's job and stab her? And what are our girls doing? How are they conducting themselves that they can attract the man to come to the job and carry out such a vicious crime? I'm dealing with this in view of the fact that in the district of New Providence, a 31-year-old man was murdered. And he was murdered because of a policy introduced by the Free National Movement when it was the FNM who introduced ankle bracelet. So now we have 178 murderers. And guess what? The guns are being exchanged. The police is now finding evidence where you may go in Foxhill and you find one, possibly two guys who have been killed, and they realize that the same gun that was used to kill the fella in Foxhill is the gun that was used to kill the fella in Baintown. So what is happening is the guns are being used, they're exchanging guns. And I submit a part of this problem is we do not want to accept a decision of the court. And it becomes dangerous. I'm going to read this point to you again. When the Free National Movement tells the people this. And so we try to figure out why we having all this crime, why we having all of this breakdown in law and order, why we having all this kind of disrespect. And I'm personally disappointed with Michael Pintar because, you see, I'm among the few people I could talk about Michael Pintar because I used to pick him up and carry him home. Ain't too many people could say that. They may have taken him home when he became an old man. I took him home when he was a young man. All right? Watch out for me. So I can talk about it. I even know his old girlfriend. Huh? So if you want to talk, if they want to talk about girlfriend and so forth, I'm the man who can talk about it. So they should be careful because we live in a small society and this level of hypocrisy. So let me read this again so you can see it. This is what the FNM say. Coming forward can be a painful and difficult process. And we recognize that our justice system does not always provide the resolution survivors deserve. So what do you do then? What do you do? The police investigated the allegation. The female director of public prosecution take the case to court and take it to court presided over not by a man but by a female. And then they stack it with 8 women, juror, and 1 man. And then everybody became objective, decide that we all are Bahamians, we can listen to the evidence. They listen to the evidence and they acquitted Kirk Cornish. Now you're not pleased with that? Well, if we're not pleased with the finding of a court, it means we are suggesting that people take the law into their hands. So no wonder the guy goes to Bahama, and instead of either going to the magistrate court or going to a social worker or going to a counselor, he goes with a knife. Because political leaders have no confidence. What the hell you want? You make the allegation against me, the police lock me up, they investigate it, I'm taken to court, I go before 8 women and 1 man, the evidence is presented against me, and then I'm acquitted. So you're suggesting that the court is corrupt? Is that what the FNM is telling me? That the judge and the juror is corrupt? Come on, they gotta make up their mind. They gotta make up their mind. They gotta make up their mind. And perhaps the time has come for the Commissioner of Police to start briefing the opposition leader about the level of crime and gangsterism in this country. That's perhaps what is needed. All right? So here I am sitting down and having been, because I've been briefed. I'm not showing up, but I have been briefed. And I have been briefed. And I'm horrified having been briefed. How deadly this country is. How the fact that people don't want to listen to the judge. You want to know some more briefing? I'm very disturbed over the fact that 3 Negroes have been permitted to sign bail for a murderer. And one of the female, she came to see me because she is now compelled to pay. And she cannot believe she's in this mess. And I questioned her. And then finally I figure out. So I'm going to say it. I don't care who find it offensive. To those who work in the Supreme Court, any young person who shows up to sign bail and they have a French surname, I want you to assume that they do not understand. And therefore you have a special duty to make sure that they understand before you have them signing bail where they now got to fine $10,000. It's actually $30,000 But the judge has split it up where, since it's 3 persons who signed for one murderer, each person has to fine $10,000. And I probed the young woman. And as I questioned her, I said to myself, I bet she is one of my people. Born in the Bahamas, got citizenship, but it was clear that there was a level of ignorance which suggested to me that she was out of her league. And I was annoyed that they made her sign that bail. And she really ain't know what she was doing. And so, they just finally caught one of the murderer. All right? Now the FNM is in the paper talking nonsense. And we got Lloyd Johnson killed. I don't want to run on no more about it, but the FNM has to be more responsible than they are, and they have to make up their mind. Do you want trial by judge and jury? And are you going to say, after the judge and the jury hear the evidence, that the accuser didn't get justice? Well, what the hell do you want? If a woman alleges that her boyfriend hold her down, rape her, beat her, and you lock him up and prosecute him and take him before a female judge, take him before a female judge with 8 women jurors, and they say he's free, you don't have any confidence? Well, that's why we have all this retaliatory killing taking place, because nobody wants to accept the verdict of the court. Nobody wants to accept that the court has objectively listened to the evidence and let the man go free. The FNM ought to do better, and Michael should have a private talk with me and let me and him discuss domestic violence so that I can teach him something. I don't want to run on. I was almost able to slip, but I'm not going to slip. I want Michael to do much better than that. All right? Because there's a bunch of foolishness taking place in this country. This isn't a case where a woman, in fact, it's a case that should never have gone to court. And I'm going to repeat it again. There are 2 women a man can't rape in the Bahamas. You can't rape your wife. You cannot rape your wife. And the next woman you can never rape is your sweetheart. Okay? You can't. And this level of hypocrisy ought to stop. So we saw the domestic violence taken at Bahama. You want to comment?
The court has ruled, eh?
Do you
Let's
accept?
leave that.
Do you accept the ruling of the court?
I was never interested in the case, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But that incident Bahama has nothing to do with the court ruling. You recognize that, eh? Or that incident Bahama has nothing to do with the FNM statement. You recognize that, right?
Please
You
explain.
need to find out what caused that young man, what drove him to his former workplace and to attack his former girlfriend. It wasn't the FNM and it wasn't the court ruling.
Do you think it was domestic violence?
Something he allowed the devil to fool him.
Do you think it was something called domestic violence?
I don't know what it was. But
Well, isn't the FNM talking
what was
about
it?
domestic
But
violence?
listen,
Or
Sandra,
you don't regard it as domestic violence if it didn't happen at
the
home?
FNM nor the ruler of the court influenced him to go to Bahamas.
No,
okay?
I'm not suggesting
That's what you
that.
seem to be suggesting.
No,
You seem to suggest,
you're not
suggest
listening. I've just corrected you. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm attempting to show you the irresponsibility of an FNM statement where in their political attack on Kirk Cornish, they undermine the judiciary. That is what I'm trying to show you. That's what I'm showing you. I'm trying to show you, hey, how the FNM could undermine the judiciary. The court met. They would have had an argument if a judge had said, I recluse myself. I don't want to hear no case. But the case was heard. It should never have been heard. But it was heard. So she had an opportunity to disgrace her old sweetheart.
But we have recorded cases where courts made decisions, made rulings, and years later you found it was the wrong decision. We have a lot of men who were actually in jail.
Which case this is here?
I'm not going to specify.
Well,
but
don't speculate. Don't do that.
Senator,
Do not follow what the FNM is saying.
No. Listen to me. I am following cases in the United States in
No,
particular.
don't take me outside the
Right?
jurisdiction.
where men have been
Don't
charged for
take
rape,
me outside the jurisdiction.
went to prison,
Don't take me outside
and
the
then
jurisdiction.
later on they were found to be innocent.
Don't take me outside
and
the
the state had
jurisdiction.
to pay.
Don't take me outside the jurisdiction.
So I'm just saying.
Don't take me outside the jurisdiction. Stick right here. The American judiciary, while it is powerful, it is not as cultured as that of the British. So don't take me there. And what disturbs me is some of those who are advising Michael Pintard have been trained in London. Yeah. That disturbs me. All right? So that's what I thought I wanted to say. Anyway, folks, I thought I'll say no more on that. I'm rather disturbed over that killing in Carmichael Road and the fact that different guns were used in that crime, and the fact that ankle bracelet has been linked to it. It's a bunch of wickedness taking place in this country, so we have to get rid of ankle bracelet. But there's going to be a constitutional argument. Oh no, we can't get rid of ankle bracelet. Oh, we can't get rid of ankle bracelet. All right? Oh no, we have to give bail. All right? And therein lies your problem. And if we listen to what the F&M say, then when the court make a ruling, you will then have tit for tat. You will have retaliation. Michael Pintard should hang his head in shame. After all, I do know his old girlfriend. Watch out for me, eh? I'm 67. Watch out for me. I'll leave that alone. Yeah.
That's amazing, eh?
What is amazing next spiritual advisor?
Oh boy, I tell you.
Yeah?
I tell you.
Yeah, what's it for me? Yeah. Yeah, folks, I should be calm these days because I do have a lot of personal problems on my hand. Yeah. I wanted to deal with, what do I want to deal with? Man found living in derelict car in bushes. So there is a cleanup exercise taking place in Mountain Heights. You would recall that the Minister of National Security, on 2 consecutive days, he joined us here on Freedom March. And you would recall that they were in Mountain Heights moving old cars, breaking down derelict home. And in the midst of moving car, they found, if I do recall it correctly, a whole man who perhaps was living in a car for maybe 2 years. It's great to know that they were successful in getting the Ministry of Social Services to provide this man with proper accommodation. It's proper. But we have a major problem in the country where there are many women, there are many children who have no place to live. If you were to go to Porterski Dock today, I wanted to speak to the woman, but I wasn't too well. There is a lady who lives on one of the old tie-up boat at Porterski Dock. She's been living there for a while, and I get the impression that she may have some small socio, or should I say mental challenges, but she lives on the water. There are quite a number of people who live at Porterski Docks on some of them old boats. There are many people in our society who have no shelter. The other day, I happened to be on Coconut Grove Avenue, and I just happened to be standing up, and the next thing I knew, a woman blew the cover of a place that she was living, and it became clear to me that there were so many people with children who had no place to live. So the question is, what are we going to do with all of these citizens who do not have any place to live, and to what extent we're going to deal with it? When we were in power, we used the FNM. I think, if I can recall it, please forgive me, I think our member of parliament, the minister responsible for social services, was Frankie Campbell. You will note that Frankie Campbell has disappeared since he has been voted out. But I think Frankie Campbell had in his budget between about $80 million. I'm just thinking about it. I don't want to say 800 million. I think that's too much. I think it was $80 million. I'm still investigating to determine how did Frankie spend the $80 million. If I understood it clearly, it was to help to provide housing for the poor. I'm not sure how he spent it, and I've not heard Miles LaRoda say anything about it publicly, but I know there was some big, big bucks. You may not be aware that I used to watch Frankie. I used to have fun going to Arawaki, because I couldn't understand what he was doing on Arawaki as he walked along the sand in his coat suit, him and my boy. And when they look up, I would dive down. And everybody used to ask, what are you doing? I said, shh, I'm watching Frankie and my boy. Because I knew my boy wasn't saved, and I was suspicious of Frankie. But I'm very concerned about social services, and I need to look at it some more, because I'm very, very concerned over the fact that there's a lot of our people who are catching hell, and we need to do something about it. At the Princess Margaret Hospital, you would have heard that there are a number of citizens, that has been the story for a long time, who are discharged, but for whatever reason, their children will not collect them, for whatever reason. So they're called boarders, I think. I think that's what they're called. I really think that Miles LaRoda should build some homes for them, or identify some homes that we can move them into. That's what I think. Perhaps tomorrow I have to deal with it a little more, but I've been troubled by it all day when certain things came to my attention. But it's a matter that needs to be dealt with. Women who are the victim of domestic violence and can't find adequate accommodation. Now, we have a number of groups in the country who profess that they believe in women's rights, but they don't raise women issue unless, of course, they're talking sex. If they're talking sex, kinky sex, then they raise it. But issues that are designed to empower women, to empower young girls, to educate them, to give them loans for businesses, they don't discuss that. But if it's kinky sex, they do. They do. But those issues that are designed. And then, of course, I know that there are millions of dollars that have been set aside to educate. But even in the education, the Americans are telling their foreign newspaper they can't find nobody qualified in the Bahamas. So although we are giving islands for the various cruise ships, our people will not benefit, because the Americans say we ain't qualified. But every day we send people to school. And every day we send them over to Paradise Island, to Lowell Mortimer School, to be trained, to go on the boat and the ships. But none seems to ever graduate and could get any job. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. I think I can leave it for the time being, but I'm rather disturbed as I run on. So we had this man who was found in this abandoned car. Anyway, this is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Road is my spiritual advisor.
I'm quiet today, just
He's
listening.
siding
I'm just
with the
listening.
FNM
I'm listening.
on their assault
I'm listening.
against the independence of the judiciary,
I'm listening.
as that statement invites citizens who, if they're not pleased with the court, what then? Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Rule is my spiritual advisor.
I try my best to.
I salute women everywhere I call on women to lovingly submit. Let us not forget that many of the domestic violence could be dealt with. Men are sinful, woman is sinful. And that's basically what it is. Let us accept the law. Let us accept the court. The F&M advice is bad advice. Okay? I used to take the leader of the F&M home. That's Michael Pintar. There's no sitting member of the Free National Movement who took him home when he was a student at the College of the Bahamas. There's none. There's none. There's none who knew his beautiful young girlfriend. None. Greater than that, there's none who took him into the bushes. None of them. Okay? So I want them to keep quiet. And in my dealing with Michael, I've always taught him to be respectful to young women. It's powerful. It's birthday time,
Yeah.
my spiritual advisor.
Yeah, let's do these birthdays quickly. Jermaine Johnson is celebrating the birthday. Happy birthday goes out to nephew Jermaine Johnson, eel mechanic. It's coming in from his mom, Georgia, his grandmother, Janet, siblings, Alicia, Milton, Adele, and Adam. And it's also coming from his loving uncle, Marcus Strawn. So happy birthday to Jermaine Strawn. Happy 8th birthday to this young man. We don't have a name for him. It's coming from his dad, Alex, Aaron. They love you. Happy birthday to you. And that is it. Do you have any birthday, Sandra?
Well, I want to join you in saluting those people who are celebrating a birthday. I think it's powerful. I think my neighbor, Mrs. Constant Evans, she celebrates a birthday today, I think. Constant Evans, happy birthday. God bless you. It's powerful.
Yeah, before you move on, Sandra, let me just do this quickly. We have some complaints coming from the Marathon constituency. Producer, you have those photos? Residents are complaining about the amount of garbage that is collecting. Well, I should say, yeah, if you want to call it that. But there's a lot of garbage that apparently is collected in this area, and it's not being paid attention to by the garbage collectors. And so the members of the public, the members of the Raymond Road and this Paleo constituency, the people wants the MP, if she could, to please pay attention to the amount of garbage that's in this area and is around this water pump. They're saying it's just steps away from the Urban Renewal Office, and they would appreciate if the minister could use her influence, get the appropriate ministry to rectify the situation. So the citizens and the members of the Peardale area, that's Raymond Road, and of course the Marathon constituency, have lodged a complaint against its MP and the amount of garbage that is there in this particular area. And they want the minister to see how quickly she can resolve this matter for them. From what I can see, it is pretty bad indeed. All right, so we got that message across. Thank you so much, producer. Back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. What community was that?
That's in the Peardale community, and it's in the Marathon constituency. It's on Raymond Road, they call it.
I would hope that the people of Raymond Road would be like the people of Heritage Lane, Black Village. Do you know, we cleaned our pump? Do you know that we do not allow our drain to become clogged? We clean our pump. And neighbors, from time to time, go to the pump with bucket of bleach water and wash it down.
Okay.
Perhaps the community can try that. And of course, if the drainage is clogged, well, certainly you should contact the Water and Sewage Corporation and or the Ministry of Works. But if you were to come to Black Village, you will find that we try to keep our pumps, public faucets, very, very clean. It's powerful. Well, you have anything on your mind, my spiritual advisor, before I keep running on?
No, we can, whatever you want to discuss. Not in particular.
The F&M has left you alone? Huh?
Mind you, I do, in the business section of The Guardian,
Go ahead.
I see where how do you pronounce his name? Dionisio de Agla. He's making a comment, and he's making his comment on the CCA and his Merlion settlement. And he says that China Construction should settle and move on. He says it's odd to him that, China Construction would seek to appeal this ruling. And that's interesting.
Okay.
That is coming from Dionisio de Agla. So no doubt he agrees with the ruling.
Okay.
And he feels as if China Construction should pay
That's what he feels.
and move on.
And move on.
Yeah.
Now,
How you feel with that, Senator?
well, the first question I want to ask you is, did he tell that to them?
Well, I don't know. He's bringing it to the newspapers.
Did he
and
tell-
the newspapers now making it public. So
he-
he's telling it to you.
I want you to listen to me.
Yeah, he's telling it to you
I
now.
want you to
so,
listen to me.
So what you gonna do?
No. I never had a friend named Ismarillion. I never had a
So who friend that is?
Ismarillion never named none of his hotel bedroom after me. Go ahead. Ismarillion don't even know who I am. Okay? Now,
You were supposed to invite him on the show, remember?
certainly, Mr. De Aguila is not sincere.
Why do you say that?
Because he's a very, very educated man. He should have submitted a letter addressed to the China Construction Company. Dear Mr. Ching, I didn't know you could sing. Ching Wong, Ching Chong, right?
Yeah, but that's interesting that he's making a commentary.
He should have
They
written
should
to
pay.
them.
They should pay and move on.
No. He should have written to them, telling them that. Then give it to the newspaper.
But he's bringing it to public
Are you
space
listening
now.
to what I just said?
Yeah.
That's propaganda. That's propaganda. For what Mr. Ismarillion did for him, come on. Any man who name a whole bedroom after me.
Was
in
it
fact,
after
a
him
whole
or after his
suite.
father?
Huh?
Who was it after? Was it after Mr. De Aguila's father or after Mr. De Aguila himself? Which one was it?
Who went to school together?
Okay.
You think that young man went to school with
De
that
Aguila.
old man?
Okay, so it's after.
Come on.
So the room was named after De Aguila. So you anyhow.
There's nothing wrong
You
with that.
sure about that?
Yeah. I went to the room.
Did you see the room?
Of course.
And what the
It
room
was
name?
a suite.
What the name?
De Aguila,
De Aguila
right?
Street.
De Aguila Suite.
Yeah. You want
So,
to,
so what is the point that I'm making? If De Aguila was sincere, he should have written a letter to China Construction Company telling them, one, I am the Anamsi De Aguila. I am the good friend of Ismarillion. I think you all have done him an injustice. Name the injustice. Say that I agree with the judge in the United States and demand or recommend that they should settle the matter by paying. But what he carried out was a political exercise against the PLP. That's what that was. Come now, that is not the way he should do it for Mr. Ismarillion. Ismarillion is his friend, and Ismarillion has proven it. Ismarillion is a damn good friend. Because I'll tell you this, if he named
Oh, sweet, eh?
a whole suite after me, I'll be at Bahama every day, Robin. Right? Yeah. That's a fact. I've been to the
All right.
suite. I've been to the
No, I've
suite.
never been to it, so.
Yeah, I've been to the suites. What else Mr. Ismarillion did?
Well, let's see what he says. So, former cabinet minister said that China Construction America should look to settle with developer Sarkis Meridian's company's BML properties following a recent $1.6 billion ruling in the Supreme Court of the state of New York in BML's favor, because by appealing the case, the Agla says, it's prolonging it, and China Construction will be incurring interest in the tens of millions. How do you pronounce his name?
Dionysio.
No, it's not Dionysio.
What's first
Dionisio. Sorry, Dionisio de Agla, former Minister of Tourism and Aviation under the Dr. Hubert Minnis administration, told reporters that he is shocked that China Construction, the U.S. business unit of China's State Construction Engineering
Why
Corporation,
would he be
is seeking
shocked
to appeal.
when the China Construction Company is owned by who? It is owned by the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Communist China.
Okay.
All the Chinese got is money. That $1.6 billion that the court in the United States awarded to Ismarillion, that's no money. China's full of money. So what is he shocked about? I am submitting that he has done it improperly. He being a former Minister of Tourism and an outstanding F&M, he should mobilize the party. They should write the China Construction Company. They should also write the People's Republic of China. In fact, he should write the Chinese Embassy. Or, greater than that, he should write the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Communist China. Okay? That's it. I think the Aguilar is playing politics. Okay?
Right.
Find me something else to
All
talk
right,
about.
so the Minister of National Security is on the front page of The Guardian.
What is he saying?
He's making a very interesting point about cases in the backlog, and he's making a suggestion.
What is he suggesting?
So the Minister of National Security, Wayne Monroe, said yesterday that too many cases are prosecuted in the Bahamas, noting that increased use of effective plea bargaining would greatly reduce the court backlog. However, he said that prosecutors are afraid to offer sentences that are appealing to individuals accused of crimes because of likely outcry from the public over lenience. In the federal court system and in the state court system in the U.S., they only try a maximum of 8% of their cases, Monroe told the National Guardian, which means, I guess, the other ones, they look for plea deals. So what's a plea bargain sound, huh?
Well, first of all, the minister talks about a plea deal. I'm certain that if they give the kind of plea deal that the criminals want, then all the cases will be settled. It's a good suggestion, but I believe that if they could find a judge and jury to try Kirk Cornish, they could find judge and jury to try the 178 murderers. We have over 1,000 members of the judiciary of the Bahamas Bar Association. Over 1,000. All we need is 178 acting justices, and we can have trial. It's a simple process. That's what I think. I think the problem is that we have just allowed the thing to get out of hand. There is an article in the paper where there was an attempt to quote the Chief Justice. But what did the journalist do? He just mixed up the story and said he focused principally on what is the Chief Justice's position on the murders and what the solutions are. That didn't happen. We got tied right up into a bunch of cases. The other day in Congo Town, where the 3 Negro men were murdered, no one has given us the story of the 3 men, you know. No one has told us what were the circumstances that led to the death of those 3 men whom the police say were not a part of it, whom the police have alleged were innocent. We have not been told that at least one man, it is reported that 2 things happened. Either he took his vehicle to be fixed, or he went to collect it when the murderers showed up and he was killed. That's a very serious matter, that you could either go to pick up your car from the garage or to take it there, and in the process, your society could not guarantee your protection. And the police is aware, they may not be telling you, that the guns that are being used to kill, those guns are being used in a variety of murders. In plenty different kind of murders. But now the society wouldn't take it seriously. Can you imagine that a murder takes place, and when the police collects the bullet, it discovers 3 or 4 of the different kinds of bullet, link to 3 to 4 different types of gun were used in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 different murders. That's a very serious matter. But we don't take it seriously. Nobody take it seriously. The F&M solution is, well, we can't expect, we're not pleased with the court. That's what they say. So since people are not pleased with the court, or we can't expect the court to, or we disagree with the court decision, then the next thing is people taking the law in their hands. It's a very dangerous statement that the F&M issue, a very dangerous statement. I cannot believe that Carl Bettel is aware of this. I cannot, because Carl Bettel is too educated. Carl Bettel went to one of the best universities in the world. I cannot believe it. I don't know who is Michael Pintard, Shadow Attorney General. I cannot believe it. And they're being criticized by an uneducated man. That's me. And I cannot believe it. So there lies your problem. We have a major problem on our hand. We need to revoke bails. We need to abandon ankle bracelet. The only comfort the police has in ankle bracelet is after the murder take place. They're able to look to say, now, see who all had ankle bracelets that was at this murder scene. So then they're able to say, oh Jesus, look how many murderers. We had a murder in Fox Hill, and they got into a big debate over how many murderers with ankle bracelets was in that area. The police discovered that X amount was in that area, and the people who were monitoring them didn't see it. Didn't see it. That's how deadly the thing is. All right? So a lot of killings are being done by people with ankle bracelets on. A lot of people who are being killed have on ankle bracelet. So therein lies the problem. We have to revoke bails. This argument of the constitutional right to be granted bail, we have to discard that. We are in a state of emergency. Too many people are being killed. Too many innocent people are being killed. Too many people are becoming collateral damages. So what you think will happen if you go by what the F&M say? Because the court ain't gonna get it right. So once you start pushing it, that the court ain't gonna get it right, the court ain't doing it right, do you know what you're doing? Do you know what it is to get the society to lose confidence in the administration of justice? We're in trouble. We will be in trouble. And so, it's reckless. I think I'm going to have to send for Michael Pintard. I was at Darrell Miller's funeral on Friday, so he spoke to me. I don't know. Maybe I should send for him and tell him, let's meet in the bush. I think he and I do better when we meet in the forest. So I may say to him, Michael, what you doing? Can we meet secretly in the bush for talk? Because they got it wrong. I can see no reason why I should be voting PLP. Not after reading that statement. I can see no reason why I should be voting F&M. Not after reading that statement. It's a very dangerous statement. Anyway, my mind, as I'm talking about this, my mind is on the United States to see what is going on. I'm receiving reports, yeah, okay. Man, it's beautiful. Trump is leading. Listen, folks, I think it's going to be a great day in the United States. I expect Donald Trump to win. We're going to make America great again. We're going to protect the borders. Donald Trump has already won the woman president of Mexico. Already won her. Okay? Now they soon come up and call that domestic violence. They soon say, you see, Donald is man. Should he be talking to the woman president like that? Well, she in charge of Mexico. And Donald is saying, stop letting them bad people come over the wall. Stop the drugs. Other than that, I'm going to put 25% tariff. I just love that idea. I never thought about that. And Donald is a genius. Isn't that powerful? If you send criminals into the United States, he's going to put a 25% tariff on you. If you send drugs into America, you're going to have to pay a high tariff. And I'm told Americans are having a wonderful day. And Donald has promised us a huge party. So I don't know how I'm going to celebrate tomorrow if God spare my life. But I expect to have a great celebration. A Trump presidency, I should be wearing red tomorrow. Okay? So I think that's going to be great. You said with Donald Trump, my spiritual advisor?
So I would want him to win. I mean, you know, notwithstanding his character at times, I don't support the Democratic Party because of their principles and their gay agenda, the gay agenda they're pushing.
Okay.
I know they do have other things on their agenda, of course, but as a person who supports biblical principles, I cannot support those liberals of the Democratic Party. I cannot support them.
So you with Donald Trump?
Yeah,
You're prepared?
I would prefer.
You prepared to defend Donald?
Yeah, I would prefer to support the Grand Old Party, the GOP.
Okay, this is great.
But no, I cannot support Kamala Harris.
Okay.
And the liberals.
This is powerful.
I cannot.
Lord, I thank you that my spiritual advisor is not playing woman. Lord, I thank you that he's not playing black.
Because I am
Lord,
black. That's one thing I'm not playing. I'm black.
Lord, I thank you. It's Trump. Remember, folks, Trump, 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 fight, fight, fight. Trump, 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 fight, fight, fight. Trump, 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 fight. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monka. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. Bradley, you going to pay any bills?
Yeah, let's pay this last bill. Money Max. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. So download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime, anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available in the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your Max life.
This is powerful. So we welcome you back. You're more at?
No, that's it.
Okay. So
We're gonna open the
welcome back, folks. Yeah, you may open the line.
Yeah, but before we open the lines, I don't know if you recognize this, Senator. Over the last few days, there's been a lot of traffic checks and roadblocks. And there's some changes in the traffic laws. In particular, if you've been caught driving a motor vehicle without it being insured or licensed, you can spend up to $500 for those two fines. The fines is $250 for each one.
Who charge you the fines?
The police does. The Royal
And
Mounted
if
Police
you
Force.
decide you're not paying,
You can go to court and fight
Okay.
it. Yeah.
so
And
it's a ticket.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember now the change is this, that if the car is not licensed or insured, then the Commissioner of Police can impound the vehicle. He has the right to impound it. So you're looking at $500 fine. The records to carry the car, which is another $150, so that's $650, and then of course the car is impounded. And I think that's $300 to get released. So you're looking at $1,000 almost if you're found driving your vehicle without it being insured or licensed. So folks, please, I think it's just cheaper to just have your car licensed and insured rather than find yourself spend almost $1,000 in fines. All right, so we're going to open the lines. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. You can call us. The lines is officially open. And we can, of course, have an exchange. We can talk. 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Caller. You're live. Go ahead, caller. Sorry, go ahead. You're live, caller.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I was calling. I have made several complaints to the police station in Foxville, also to social service and references some kids to my corner being in the road. And this is a familiar topic because one of the kids apparently got killed or something through a couple months ago through my corner.
Which corner is that?
This is Bryce Lane.
Sorry?
Bryce Lane.
Bryce
Lane?
Lane.
Okay.
Yes.
And it looks like nobody can do anything because these children were given back to, I don't know, the parents or the grandparents, but these children are still being neglected.
How old are the children, you would say?
5, maybe 6.
Wow.
But you can go through the corner up until sometimes 9 o'clock in the night.
And they're in the road?
They're in the road.
Now, when you went to the...
And you blow the horn, you slow down, the children are running across, the cars are passing. This is ridiculous.
Where are the parents?
The parents are there.
Oh.
I mean, it's a small corner, but the road is not for kids. And I am very fearful that something is going to happen. These children are being neglected. How is it that parents can get children back and no people in authority come back and check on the welfare of these children until it's too late?
Okay. All right, so it's a matter for...
And I am looking at the bad guy because I'm reaching out to the police or reaching out to the
Social services.
and nobody is taking care of these children, man.
Okay.
May I suggest then that when you go back to the Foxville police station, you ask to speak to the officer in charge, and if he's not there, ask for an appointment to see him. And then when you introduce yourself to him, ask him his full name, make the formal complaint again. And then I'm going to also make a second suggestion. Where would be the nearest social services office in relationship to your neighborhood?
Right there, right in Foxhead.
Downstairs from Fred Mitchell office.
Yeah,
Then
right
you
there.
go there and you ask to speak to the person in charge. You give them your name and you ask them their name and you formally complain again.
Okay, Lord.
And one more thing, whose constituency is this?
Fred Mitchell.
And then Fred Mitchell is a wonderful member of parliament. Drop him a note and tell him your concern. Okay? No, drop him a note. Write
The
him a little
constituency
note
office.
and leave it either at the constituency office or at the community center, or better still, give it to my first cousin, businessman Derek Davis.
Okay.
And tell Derek, I say, give it to Fred Mitchell for you. So that you can make sure that your conscience is clear. You would have drawn it to the police, social services, and the minister responsible for the constituency. Let me know what happens, and depending on what happens, I'll row from here. How does it sound?
Okay.
Thank
you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome,
Bill.
caller. Thanks so
Okay.
much. Next caller, please. Welcome to Freedom March. You're live.
Good evening, spiritual advisor. Good evening, Mr. Munka.
Sir,
Mr. Munka, let me first say this. I am happy that you toned down and did not pull the entire trigger when you at the beginning of the show dealing with the court situation, the ruling.
okay.
I feel that what was said by the leader of the opposition, they may have been politically driven. However, you are a leader within your own right in the media, and what you say make a difference, and you are an influencer. I don't want you to be like Donald Trump, who is careless in what he says, and people don't. It doesn't matter. When we want to justify certain things, that's irresponsible. Now, I want you to help me understand, how could you say that a man cannot rape his wife and he cannot rape his sweetheart?
That's,
I understand the rule of law, and you want to go by the rule. So what about the law of God?
I don't want to get into that argument. Let me ask you one or two questions. You live here in the Bahamas. You're a citizen of the Bahamas, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you married?
I am married, sir.
Okay. I am of the opinion that the relationship of a husband and wife is such that there can never be rape. And that whenever a husband returns to his chamber and he calls on his wife for a day of submission, she should submit.
Mika, you and I, we both can settle on that.
Okay.
We can settle on that, Mr. Munka.
Okay, then
I'm talking about the sweetheart.
let's go to
I'm
the
talking about
sweetheart.
bringing the sweetheart into it.
Okay. How long have you been married?
31 years, Mr. Munka.
I've
I
been-
celebrate my anniversary in a couple of days.
Okay. Well, I've been married over 40 odd years.
Praise God.
I do not keep sweetheart.
And I don't either.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why I don't keep sweetheart. In the culture, the sweetheart is superior to the wife. I cannot have any woman who is greater than my Negro wife. So, and if my sweetheart is greater than my wife,
Then why have a wife?
then certainly she must submit.
So, Mr. Munka, what I'm saying, not to cut you off, Mr. Munka, what I'm saying is, you and I both we are. I think we are saved, right? I think you are a saved man. You say you're a saved man. I am a saved man, and so we ought to be speaking truth to power as it relates to the salvation that we have. That a man should have one wife, no sweetheart, and then we wouldn't have a problem.
Right.
I wish that,
right.
but listen to
And
me.
we can ask the Bahamian men to agree on that.
Let me put it this way. With the greatest humility, I wish that all men were like me.
But every man got one get from God, eh?
But they're not like me. And there is a practicality that I cannot ignore. Sweethearting exists in the Bahamas.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
It is at every stratum of the society. The worst among us have a sweetheart. The best among us have a sweetheart. In fact, I was shocked the other day when it was revealed to me that Mr. So-and-so had a sweetheart. And I looked at him and I said, I can't believe that I did not see the sweetheart born in him. But certainly, he keep sweetheart and he does it with dignity.
It's wrong, though.
All right?
Now, I have one last point before I go. I'm going to hang up.
Go ahead.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Both of you men are saying that you cannot support
Kamala
Harris
and the Liberal
for
Party.
presidency because of her position, her party's position on certain issues, homosexuality and the rest of it.
No.
But you can support. You can support.
No, I didn't go into no sexuality. I said, one day America will have a woman president. But today, America needs a man who's going to make America great again. I believe that Donald Trump is a unifier. I believe that Donald Trump loves... Yes.
Really?
Yes. I believe that Donald Trump is...
Probably watching we probably are not watching the same...
American race.
News.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're watching the Donald Trump that the racists are painting of him. You see?
Mr. Munka,
Yeah.
I believe, Mr. Munka, you are borderlining on losing your leadership of the women
The women...
position.
Take it from
You
me.
want to support this female for president.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, caller.
I'd
Yeah, take
have you to
care.
know that today, women in prophecy have been calling me, starting from Grand Bahama. We'll talk about it after the victory. Go ahead, my spiritual.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yeah, Mr. Rule, Mr. Walker, y'all doing?
Yes.
Well,
Absolutely. Take care.
Mr. Rule, you
Oh.
just said something about the Road Traffic Act. Apparently, from my knowledge, from what I read, that doesn't take place till next year. So, these cars now on the road that's not licensed or insured, so they have free will to do what they want to until next year.
Well,
Correct.
that's not happening. Apparently, at these stops, these cars are being impounded.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, you know, I just thought I would bring that to your attention.
Okay.
Pardon?
Yeah, okay.
Also, the fines is not high enough for persons to be driving on the streets of the Bahamas, not licensed, not insured. It's only $1,000. You pay the cost, $250 this, $250 that, the record, and then the
$150.
impound your car.
Yeah, $950 altogether.
What if a car was not insured takes somebody's life? When are we gonna get serious? When are we gonna get serious in this country?
Yeah.
And put the penalties to these people who breaking the law. Here it is. I came on Bay Street yesterday afternoon. 4 gentlemen on motorcycles and came out of East Street corner in front of me, popping and recklessly driving in front of me and daring me to I guess, hit one of them, or one of them was to fall down.
Yeah.
Then what happens? Another question before I hang up. Where is road traffic on the weekends? Other than parading the road, driving this one or driving the next one, speeding up and down on these small bump up. motorbikes.
Now there are two road
what's going on?
traffics. There are two road traffics. Which one you mean?
The mobile one.
Royal Bahamas Police Force road traffic.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Okay, you've made a
Yeah.
distinction. All right, go ahead.
So I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the country.
Okay.
Why aren't the motorcycle police readily seen on the weekends, eh?
Yeah, on the weekends until the week.
Yeah, at some point you see them through the week. I do see them. I mean,
Mr. Road,
not
Mr.
as
Road,
much.
Mr.
but-
Road.
yeah, go ahead.
If they're not parading the Prime Minister from point A to point B, or from parading a dignitary from point A to point B, sirens, days, and so forth.
Wouldn't you
where are
agree?
they?
Hold on a second. Wouldn't you agree that that is a part of their function?
Let's stop talking foolishness, okay?
Anyway, you have a good day until you
you
calm
have one
down.
too.
God save the king. What is wrong with the Negroes?
I don't know if that was his point, you know.
My spiritual advisor.
He was saying you see them when they're doing this. But he's wondering, can you see them
Is he?
when they're supposed to be doing
Yeah,
that?
yeah, but I think that was a poor example.
He wasn't saying it was wrong for
It
him to
is
do
a
that.
poor example.
Well, his comparison is that you see them more, and then you see them less.
I don't like his comparison. The Prime
I don't
Minister.
think you should have jumped on him like that, though. That was
the
unfair.
Prime Minister, other officials who are entitled to have auto riders, we're not going to debate that.
He's not disputing that. He's not
we're
saying
not
that was
going to
wrong.
debate that. We're not going to debate that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Welcome to Freedom March Caller. You're live. Caller, there 323-7775 is the number to call, 698-0775. So is it true that the actual act does not come into effect until next year?
I don't know my spiritual advisor.
Oh, that's interesting. So that law
Okay.
has no effect.
That is
if
not
that's the case.
true. That is not true. It's against the law to drive a car
Yeah,
that is not
yes,
licensed.
we understand that.
It is against the law to be on the road with a car that is not insured.
Or expected.
Right.
Yeah, we understand that.
Okay.
But what about the impounding now? The $300 fine
The police has always had the authority to impound
based on suspicion.
or whatever. If they met you with a car and you can't give an accounting, or they suspect that the car was being
Stolen.
used for crime.
Or stolen.
Of course.
Yeah.
Shucks, I have the authority to impound cars.
Oh, really? Welcome to Freedom March Call.
So
You're
I
live.
believe.
We have any calls, producer? Welcome to Freedom March Caller. You're live. All right, we lost that call. Let's go to another call. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Caller.
Hello?
Yes, caller, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, you're live, caller. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling in reference to the comment that Rodney Monson made with respect to former President Trump indicating he would put a tariff on 25% on Mexico immediately.
Yes.
Does he understand that the tariff really affects the consumer, meaning the tariff will be an effect in increasing prices for the American consumer?
Okay. What is your point?
The point is that it'd be more expensive for America to buy those goods and have the impact of increasing inflation.
Well, greater than that, it would be an incentive for Americans not to patronize Mexico.
But the only difficulty with that is that a large part of the U.S. economy is already based on first inputs from Mexico.
Take it
You can't
from me.
close that tap just like that.
Donald,
Like these companies have forward contracts and future contracts with goods in the billions of dollars, and that can't stop.
Donald can fix it. I have confidence.
fix it.
Take it from me. I have confidence in the Donald and his allies.
It's already been proven that all of its economic policies should be counterproductive for the U.S. economy.
I hear what you say, but I shall wait in joyful anticipation to see what the Donald does. But I thank
Okay.
you for that
Thank you, caller.
education.
Yeah, take care. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. You get 9 minutes. Welcome to Freedom March.
Spiritual advisor,
Yes, sir.
how you do, brother Michael?
So,
I have a problem with the two road traffic. One right now, I know a gentleman that has about 7 cars parked up right now because they don't have no SD plate, no self-drive plate to put on the car. He's losing money every day. 7 cars he has parked up right now because you can't rent the plate cars without the plates.
and then with the police road traffic. Don't get an accident on Saturday and Sunday, because the police on the motorbike, they're too busy escorting funerals up and down and weddings up and down. And I've seen this. I was at a certain place on the Soldier Road area, bad accident, and one funeral lot free. Police motorbikes escorting them. Not one of them stopped at the accident. And they saw it. They could see the accident. They had to pass the accident to get by. Now, I don't know if that's a special set of money they make as the police union, not the police who have a union, but as the police say what they have, or what. But they, like them police motorbikes are only used for funerals and weddings on the weekend.
Okay, you stop your criticism.
No, man, I speak in truth, man. Let's be real, brother.
Yeah.
Now, you know when they right, I say right.
Listen,
Now, when you're wrong, I give you wrong now.
Listen, Dale, when I was a child, the police always escort funerals. I have a big problem now that there are many funerals that I see taking place on this island, and there are no police escort.
So why you rushing the people to the graveyard to go down hole and dig that graveyard? You ain't getting nowhere.
Anyway,
Some graveyards.
brother
love
to
rules.
brother, have a good day.
Yeah,
Brother
take
to
care now.
brother.
Take care now.
Okay.
All right. Can we get the next call, please? Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello, good man. How you doing?
We're doing well, sir. Thank you.
Okay, I want to know about me there. Where are we going to do the victory Trump party victory? Where are we going to have that?
Well, what we will do, we're gonna make sure there will be no insurrection first,
Oh, Lord, what is this?
because we may have to do a little insurrection. So
Okay.
after,
Explain that, though, because
I mean,
that ain't what you want to happen.
I'm not talking about in America. We have law and order going on in America. I'm talking about my own insurrection. I expect Donald Trump to win. If Donald Trump doesn't win, somebody in the United States is going to have to explain to me why the Donald has not win. In fact,
Now are we looking at the phone? How are we looking?
listen,
How are we looking at the phone?
we're going to win. Donald's going to win. It's the slogan remains the same, you know. Remember, fight, fight, fight. Trump, Trump, Trump. Get your American flag, okay? It's fight, fight, fight. Trump, Trump, Trump. It's going to be a wonderful day. All right? The party in the United States is going to spill over.
How is Donald looking at the polls? Is he doing well at the polls?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
How is Donald doing in the polls?
Well, his lead is not as good as people saying it is. It's slipping.
Special advisor, he's
Yeah,
leading.
Kamala Harris is basically leading.
That is not true. That is propaganda from the Democrat.
Yeah.
Trump is leading. They're only saying that because he's white.
Kamala
All
Harris
right?
has been pulling away in some states. So.
Listen to me. It's a racist.
According to some polls.
Listen to me. It's a racist attack on Donald. If Donald was black, they would just say he's winning. All right? But Donald is winning. He's white and he's right.
Thank you so much, caller.
Okay,
Take care.
All right.
All right, let's take another call. We got 5 minutes. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Yeah, I called in regard to that female that spoke on the convoy, the police convoy, not stopping for an accident.
Yes.
She's wrong, isn't it? If you already have a detail that says, well, make sure a special person, a special destination in regards to serving the country or whatever, why would you want them to stop? They shut up and say, yes, really supposed to go to worry about the accident that already happened.
I agree with you. I agree with you. The Speed Corps should continue and just call for another patrol car. I agree with you.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
Because it ain't only 3 officers in Nassau, Bahamas.
That is true.
Yeah.
I bet you.
They have over 150 motorcycles. So.
Yeah, I quite agree with you.
Yeah, thanks so much, caller.
Thanks.
All right.
You're welcome. Welcome to Freedom March Caller. You're live. Might be the last call.
Rodney Mungo,
Sir,
Question, you got a large, medium, or small? I got an orange jumpsuit for you, so when
Well, medium is my fit.
I got the jumpsuit for you.
Listen, you will never see the Donald go to jail. Before that happens, we'll bring him to the Bahamas, okay?
Oh, Lord.
We'll never see the Donald go to visit.
What is this? Welcome to Freedom March. Could be the last. No more calls? That's it, Sandra. Let's wrap it up, man.
Well,
It's almost
folks,
6 o'clock.
let us pray that peace will be maintained, not only here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, but in the United States of America. This is going to be the greatest election that we've ever seen.
You better believe it.
So let's lay back, let's enjoy it, let's watch the Americans, let's have fun, let's influence it. Don't be no fool. We're not going to let Russia take it. We're not going to allow the Chinese to take it. We're not going to allow the Iranians to take it. It will be the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Remember who our man is.
Until tomorrow.
It's Trump. Trump.